I played against one of Katarina's worst matchups, Vladimir. Also, you've had one of these games where you feel like the game's going well, and then all of a sudden the game's completely thrown, and then the game gets really hard. Well, in this game, I'm going to be showing you guys and walking you through how exactly I went about this game. Remember that I do coaching, and I also do extra teachings on Patreon and YouTube memberships. Check those out, everything will be in the description below, and enjoy the video. Today, I have an informative commentary for you guys. I'm going to be going over one of the games that I've played, and I'm just going to be commentating over it, going over stuff like micro, macro, all that good stuff. Today we have a match against Vladimir, and this is going to be in my master's account. And this was after like an 8-loss streak on my other account. So I decided to go on my high ranked account to try to redeem myself. And I gotta say it went pretty well. So we're running a standard electrocute page, which I like against Vladimir. I feel like it gives you a lot of safe trades to go for, where you just like pop in, throw your burst, get out. But the thing about going electrocute against Vlad is that it's actually, it feels counterintuitive, right? That you get like a pokey, bursty rune against someone who can sustain up. But I like to use it in a way where I burst him down, and even though he heals up, it's fine, because within the times when I do hit him with an electrocute trade, I have control, because he's not looking to Q me at that point. It's going to take a while. He's more likely going to be queuing minions. And so that's kind of how I deal with the lane when I go electrocute. Also went Dark Seal as well. And the refill pot. I usually go refill pot because of teleport. I've been really liking teleport as well. I think it's very versatile. It helps later on in the game. It doesn't really raise a lot of like solo kill potential, but it's still really good for map presence. You could be anywhere, you know, when you're in the mid game and you're split pushing. It's really nice. So we start off the laning phase, and I'm kind of just letting him push in here. You don't really do much level 1 because Vladimir can just Q you and you lose that level 1. So you mainly try to do something like level 2, level 3. And you try to like just poke him out with electrocute trades. I try not to take too much poke, just because of the fact that I have refill. But I could also use TP to my advantage here. Vladimir has Ghost, and makes it so that if we go for like a trade, I'm able to just get a free back in TP. So it's really nice. Looks like Vladimir is going for like a hard shove. Get some poke on him there. We're gonna hit 3 here. Just quickly get the cannon with the E. You never want to get hit by Vlad's like empowered Q. It hurts way too much. And it heals way too much. But here I could start looking for some trades. The wave's even in the middle. Boom, electrocutes, back up. He has phase rush as well. And electrocute's really good into phase rush, just because of the fact that you're not looking to stick on the guy. And so if you initiate a trade on him, it really doesn't do anything. As long as you get your electrocute out, you're chilling. Now with electrocute, you just look for another trade, right? You just keep looking for these electrocute trades, sort of wither him down. One real good way to punish Vlad is just by punishing the fact that he doesn't have empowered Q. So after his empowered Q runs out, or he uses it, you can actually just go in for a trade. He has no Q and also no empowered Q, right? See, you see how I go in for that trade and phase rush really doesn't do anything at that point. So it's pretty nice. We're just controlling the lane here. We're always watching on the mini-map to see what we can do. We should always be prepared for TP as well. But early on, you can only TP to towers, so it's not super useful, but you still should keep your eyes peeled just in case. Boom, just more electrocute trades. Auto here. We pop our last refill potion. This takes off so much pressure off of us because Vlad's gonna be more inclined to just like try to get his health up. So it is what it is, right? Try to pressure him here off the wave so he doesn't break the freeze, but he ends up ghosting, hits me with the powered Q. Kind of annoying because he does get the freeze here. Now he's gonna look to back, but I was thinking that I could just break the freeze here. And what ends up happening is Vlad actually ends up staying. And I like didn't know why he would just like push. I'm like, okay, I'll just back here. Get the blasting one, we're gonna TP back into lane. Now here's the one good thing about going TP is that when you back and buy, you're actually just stronger than this guy at this point. So I have my blasting wand, I have refill, and Vladimir doesn't have anything. So I can kind of go for these trades. I kind of want to just keep him pushed in at this point and kind of keep him here because I want to sort of make it so that Vladimir stays on the map without buying. So he's going to feel way more inclined to stay. So during this time, I'm able to move and sort of just keep Vlad here and control him. So I ward the bot side. Vladimir uses his ulti. I'm like, okay. He uses pool to push. Punish it. Valid. You don't see a lot of low Vladimirs do this, but definitely higher up, you're going to see people try to fix their wave with their ultis like that. Because they don't want their wave to be fucked, you know? So that was all based off of the fact that I was able to go back and TP, right? Now he has to fix the wave with the ult. And then we also burned his flash as well, because he used the pool to push the wave. So honestly, looking good. Velvet is doing really good. And we're going to get this Amp Tome. So we're going to start going into Nashor's Tooth first. Obviously, really good item. Really good rush item. It's going to be our main on-hit item. And it's going to help us give us that spike. But also the whole build is going to revolve around the fact that we have Nashor's Tooth. So that's where all of our damage is going to come from. Vladimir pushes in. If you see on the map, Skarner's topside as well. It's going to be kind of hard to like kill Vlad here. So I'm going to lean towards more like playing on the map. But right now, Vladimir doesn't have flash and does not have ult. So we can hold the wave here. Try to pressure. We want him to walk up. Do you see that? I kind of want him to walk up, so I'm not pushing. Yep, we go for big trade. Yep. Jump out, make sure he doesn't get hard Q. So while his flash and his ult is down, we are going to be just making sure that we put the pressure on him and punish him for not having it. I'm probably looking for the push here. Now, what kind of sucks here is that, yes, I like going for pokes on Vlad, just to try to keep him low and try to keep him in a point where like he just has to constantly sustain off of minions and not me. But then he's using the raptors here to just heal up, which is like super annoying. Very annoying. You see he's going to the raptors now to Q it. And there's not much I could do. It's kind of annoying. So we play the lane pretty slow here. We see Tahm Kench off to the side. I kind of get a little bit aggressive. The trade there was not good, but might get Vladimir to play a little more aggressive. Tahm Kench is here, so I'm trying to like set up for him. Thing is, Vlad's playing on the top side here, so he's playing pretty well. But Boom, we bait him in. I wasn't sure if that was gonna hit me, so I just flashed. And then Tomkin gets the CC chain and we kill the Vlad. So we had to do a little bit of acting there, just because we knew Tomkin was there. We were actually able to come back out on that kill. Now, I believe Belveth has Rift. We're gonna Rift here. We're gonna get some little extra gold, so this is gonna be really nice. And we're just working towards our Nash at this point. Nash is gonna be a really big spike for us. Belveth doing Belveth things. We like to see it. Now we're gonna back. We're so close to our Nash, but it is what it is. We're gonna go into boots as well. I'm thinking maybe I could have bought Sweeper here, because at this point I could possibly just push Vlad out. Like constantly just like pushing the waves against him. And besides, like Vladimir isn't really a champion that likes to roam. He doesn't roam that much. And so maybe just getting the Sweeper is fine, knowing that like he's not like a really big roam heavy champion. But we're just gonna clear this wave. We have Dragon coming up as well. There's nothing really to do on the map, so I'm just gonna wait for the wave to push me in. Or just wait for the next wave to come out. We don't really have any vision or nothing crazy right now, so hits me with the Empowered Q. Kind of annoying, but the trade itself wasn't that bad because we were able to push out the wave at the same time. So we'll just use our pots, get the priority here. Milio did end up boarding that. So there's not really much to do here besides just wait for the dragon. We'll enter in with the Belveth if anything. Glad used everything here. Then get the knock up, gain the ulti. Can't kill him here. Got his ult though, which is fine. But he is gonna heal up. So he's gonna be healthier than us at the moment. I just choose to back here because I have TP, so I could TP back if anything. I get the Nash. I'm trying to see if I could TP to somewhere like bottom. So I TP here because Skarner's coming in. Maybe in hindsight I should have TP'd a little earlier, just to make sure we secure the dragon. But we end up killing the Skarner here anyway, so it's fine. And we see bot fighting as well, so we're already pretty much halfway down the river. I just make sure that get that. And once I saw that Belveth was gonna get those, I just went back into mid lane. Make sure I don't lose too many minions. I do end up losing a little bit here. But I see Vlad up here, half health, and I'm like, okay. I have my ulti coming up in 3. Greeted for the plating. It's kind of weird actually. I was trying to make him pull, but then he might not have it here because he might have used it to push, but I didn't see. So that's why I didn't ult. But we ended up picking both of those up, so that's good. So our team's pretty fed, right? Looking like a one game, but actually, this game gets a little hard. I mean, any kind of throw that we do is gonna be pretty detrimental because they have a scaling Vlad. They have Kaisa who gets really strong with more items. So we have to be pretty careful here, but the game wasn't as simple as it looks. So here we have 1200 gold, and I believe I start going into Shadow Flame. Now I know this is kind of like your not like a normal buy, but actually been experimenting with it just because Shadow Flame does more damage than Proto Belt. It doesn't give you the utility and chasing power that Proto Belt has, which is an amazing component for Proto Belt. But Shadow Flame just doing raw damage is actually really nice. I walk down here and there's a fight. I'm like, maybe? but we're just hovering here at this point. Hopefully Aphelios is fine. We need to grab that bot wave. We don't want to be missing waves. Belveth is bottom. We're just gonna grab this bot wave. Now, if you look at their team, they have Milio, they have Kaisa, Darius, and Skarner, and Vlad. With the items that I have now, Kaisa and Milio are champions that I feel like I could just one-shot. So I can play pretty aggressive down in the bot lane, because if they do try to fight, then I might just be able to burst them down. Or if I even find them out of position, right? So Sweeper is really good for this, just because I could pressure the bot side of the map. You see mid lane potentially fighting, but I'm like, okay. Just hovering. I mean, we pushed out the bot lane anyway, and so there's not much for us to do there, but until the wave starts coming in again. So I could use this time to like hover around mid lane and see. Get the rift dropped. I'll back up the homies with this. There's not really an angle here. They have Skarner ult. There's no way. Like, I would not want to get Skarner ulted here. So we don't want to get too aggressive. We got what we needed, but I also want to see if there's like a fight. Potential fight. Like here. Oh, you get the Skarner. Boom. Get the Milio. Start working on the Darius. And then I die. Yeah, I got way too hyped there. I was like jumping all over the place, and I'm like, oh my, I'm God. I can like kill everyone. And then I ended up dying, so I mean, it kind of happens because when you're playing cats, sometimes your fingers just move. You know, they just start going, they just start moving, and that's the fun part about playing cat, right? So you can't be playing Katarina without inting a little bit, am I right? So yeah, I just go into straight up Shadow Flame here. Get the pen. And we're actually really strong now. As long as they don't exhaust me, I should be able to one-shot any of them pretty much. We still have to watch out for the CCs and stuff though. But just knowing that we have the power to one-shot anybody on their team is really nice. We still have TP up, so this is like the beauty of TP. We could like go off to the sides and just like TP into fights if we need it. But at the same time, we're constantly pushing in bottom wave so that someone constantly has to respond. So like if Vladimir, for example, is bot lane and we have TP bot lane, we can continue to shove it in. And if there's a fight mid, if we both go, Vladimir loses a wave. So it's just really nice to have this like TP option, because Katarina is able to freely farm here in the side lane. It's like super nice. I don't really have boots, so I am a little bit slow. Now here, I'm checking to see if I can make a pick. Now here, I just want to assert my dominance. I kind of wanted to do a damage check too with the Shadow Flame as well. And honestly, the damage is pretty good. Now, we don't have really much to buy here, but we might look for TP. So here, Kaisa gets over aggressive. I see a ward. I'm like, okay. Fucking Milio, dude. Arna's here. Jump out. At the flash. I can't get Skarner ulted. Someone else needs to take it. Like, if Skarner's around and I try to jump in on a dagger, I'm most likely gonna die. But we do have Belveth here. Trying to see if we could do anything, but I can't really go in because of Skarner ult. I need Belveth and Tahm Kench to pressure first. So here, Skarner ults, that's my cue to go in. Boom, E ult. And fucking Kaisa lives, dude. So I didn't get the reset. I already had a dagger placed. And I was really hoping that Kaisa died. I had the damage to do it, but she had ult, she had flash. So she ended up living. So as these deaths rack up, we're slowly losing our lead. Belvith was like 8-0, 7-0, I don't know. She was really fed. But even I died like 2 times in a row. And so now the game gets a little scary because this entire time Vladimir is starting to scale. And that's never a good sign, right? Even here, Vlad lives. Cleophilios lives here. He dies. So it's just, damn. At this point, the game's kind of been thrown, right? We needed to make plays together and try to make sure that we really push our lead and put our teams in like favorable situations, but we may have pushed for fights that may have been like greedy, you know? Now we just farm this up. And we gotta see what our next move is. We're not in a position where we can completely dictate the game now. And they also have champions like fucking Skarner. That just makes it really annoying. With as a cat player, right? But Belvith is still fed, so enemies are making dumb plays as well, so you know that's already good. With Skarner and Darius down, this looks like a Baron angle for sure. We can all gather here, go for Baron. And our job here is just to get Baron. Maybe I could have made a pick on Kaisa, maybe I could have made a pick on Milio there, but I want to guarantee get this Baron here. Kaisa kills our Philios, which kind of sucks. Now, we have Vlad contesting. He wants to steal the drag maybe, I don't know, but there's no way he's one-shotting us. So, we end up getting a free kill there. We also have the Milio. He's trying to do something, I guess, but gets caught by the Kench. Nasus wanted this, but I took it by accident. I totally forgot we had a Nasus. So, this is my apology to you. I'm sorry. Now we start going into proto belts. So we're just trying to look to group with the team at this point. I want to make plays with Belvith. I want to use the Nasus split because Nasus is strong. So we're going to use Nasus to split their team up, and we're also going to try to find engages with Belvith, but also at the same time, if I could find picks, I will. Right now there's a dragon fight up, so we're going bottom, and we're just going to shove this out and hover around dragon as a team. Now, I'm not sure if we could find a pick, because at this point, they're probably going to group and play around drag as well. We got to be kind of careful. I just want to make sure these 2 waves are shoved out. We get 2 free waves here, so that's good. Now, Belvith is getting really aggressive, right? Gets pulled in by Skarner into 4, and like that's really aggressive. Especially before dragon, it's like a really high-risk play to make, especially when we could probably win team fights on our own. So, I mean, I see Tom Kench jumping in. I'm like, I'm really strong here. Let's try to do something. Boom. Kill Emilio. Wasn't enough. I was hoping I'd kill Milio faster there. But, again, these fights are starting to add up, you know? Like, we're not able to make the smart plays here. And at the same time, Vladimir scaling, Kaisa's scaling. Kaisa's already really strong. And so the game's getting harder. Just remember, we're strong in a 5v5. We could probably just win the fight at drag 5v5. We were fine. But Belvith tried to make a pick when it wasn't necessary. She wanted to get hyped, right? She wanted to do the hype play or something. She knows she's really fed. So be careful with that. It's about going for the safer play, right? Because if you know you could win 5v5 as a team, especially with the fed Katarina, fed Belvith, where we could just reset, it'd actually be insane. Now we're just trying to look for this next play. But in the meantime, I have TP. I'm just going to be in the side lanes, you know? Let's farm up this Protobell. And I'm always going to be able to TP anywhere we need a fight, so we're just going to keep the pressure bottom and just use this TP pressure. Vladimir's top side. If anything, Darius would be bot side. Our team's grouped up on the top side. We see Emilio there. I'm going to take the blue because no one's taking it, so I might as well. It does give ability haste, which is probably the only thing I could use. And So if you see, I'm kind of like in their jungle to sort of see any opportunities come up. We see bot lane pushing, so someone's gonna have to respond. If bot lane's pushing and someone has to respond, we can try to see if we can outnumber them in a fight somewhere else. So Vladimir's bottom, Darius is top. Maybe we should go top. Because there is no tower on the top side. This might be a potential play. But we've been spotted by a ward. Belvith continues to go. So when we're spotted on a ward like that, then we gotta expect them to be ready. Or if like they were to jump, right? It would take way too long. It's so easy to react to. Now Skarner is horny for me and I gave him the range. So I had to flash out. Just pray I don't die to bleed, and I end up not dying. Now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna back, heal, and TP back. But I couldn't. Our team's dead. I don't think I can like TP in there. So that kind of sucks. Now here, I know that they're topside, and so I try to like see if they wanted to keep pushing, but they ended up not. The good thing about that play, or us losing that fight, was that there's no objectives up. There's no Baron, there's no Dragon, so it's fine. Not a bad time to lose a fight, you know, if we were to lose any. So that's just looking on the bright side. Now I just gotta wait for the next moment at this point. But in the meantime, we're just gonna farm. Love farming. Want this proto belt. We're already really strong. If we see Dragon is coming up in 2 minutes and Baron is coming up in 1:30. We're gonna keep that in mind. We still have our TP up. This is gonna allow us to just farm the sides. Now that we pushed out top, we're gonna regroup mid. If you see here, Vladimir, Darius, Skarner, they're fucking in there. Skarner's going for the Tom Kench. I'm like, okay. I can't fight right now, but maybe I could do something, right? So here, Darius hooked. That's his only CC. Boom. Kill the Emilio, get the fuck out. We got rid of exhaust too. Now here I'm just running and I see Kaisa. I'm like, oh. Boom. That's a free shutdown. Big for us. Kaisa greeted there for sure. I don't think she should have done that. Gave me a fat shutdown there, but she kind of greeted for that. That gave me my proto belt and my Zhonya's, or my stopwatch. Now here, Darius pulls, they have no CC for me. But we gotta get rid of the pull, and then boom, now we can go in. No CC, they take a full ult to the face. Kill him. Meanwhile, Nasus is pushing bottom. So we're looking pretty good right now. We got objectives up. We got Baron up. We got Dragon up. What can we do here? Well, Kaisa's coming up. Garner is up. So right now, we can't pressure the objectives at the moment. But it's nice to be able to win the fight and us getting that shutdown gold. So it was good. I would say going for the Dragon here is probably the safer play. Vlad and Darius are down in the meantime. For like 10-15 seconds. So we could probably get the drag here. But you know, we're scouting around a little bit. Here, if they want to contest drag, I want to just like see if anyone overextends so I can make a pick. If it's Skarner, I'm probably not going to jump in on him. Maybe. But if it's like Kaisa, if it's like anyone, then I would probably try to make a pick. But under our nose, they decided to take Baron. It's a really good thing that Tom Kench decided to check. Now, here, Vlad pools. They decide to turn on us. Garner ults. I'm like, okay, this is a green light for me to go in. Boom. Nasus, Belvith are pushing right now, and I'm running for my life. Do a little cute wall hop. Try to stall some time. Darius is here. Zhonya's. If I didn't get stunned here, I may have been able to potentially get out. Maybe, probably not. But through that stalling, And through winning that fight, we were able to pick up 2 inhibs, which is really good. Skarner trying to solo Baron is actually absolutely nuts. He can't. This is crazy. This is a crazy play. He can't do it. Nasus sadly dies. But we're under no pressure of them taking any objectives. We can just like use the 2 inhibs to pretty much gain control on the map, right? We can keep him in base with the super minions, and then we can potentially get Baron, we could push top. So we're at a pretty good spot. Now I'm gonna go into Zanya's here. So the build is Nashor's, Shadow Flame, Proto Belt into Zanya's. I went Shadow Flame second for the extra damage. I went Proto Belt, obviously, because Proto Belt's good. We got to fight here. WQ ult, QE. I kind of grief this. I should have just jumped in on the fucking Kai'Sa. But Tahm eating me kind of messed up my brain, I guess. What I should say. Here, we just ult the Kai'Sa. Gladly we killed the Kai'Sa here. I should have just jumped in on the Kai'Sa. That was pretty dumb of me. It's just that like when there's a bunch of daggers on the floor, I get this like feeling that I just want to jump in on the daggers. Because it's just like just fun, you know? Why else do we play cat? You play cat to jump on daggers, and then reset and then kill things, right? But luckily, we were able to kill like somewhat not go even, but we killed a lot of them. So if we got swept there, that was a Baron right there. But we're good, and just gonna wait to come back. Now here we have 1200 gold, 1200, 1300 gold. I decided to go into the Void Staff here. Void Staff last item I feel like is okay. Even though they don't have a lot of MR, they actually have scaling MR after the durability patch. So it's a cheap alternative to like your last item, essentially. It's like, it's either Death Cap or Void Staff, and I'm like, I'll just go Void Staff in the meantime. I mean, I have like a shit ton of pen. So I have the pen from the Proto Belt, I have pen from Void Staff, I have pen from Shadow Flame, Sork Shoes. So we do a lot of damage. Now, this is like scary 5v5 situation. Try to get an engage, but I'm like, I don't see the opportunity yet to go in. And now our team's low. Garner pulls in the Belveth, QSS. It's scary. This is scary. Aphelios dying here is not good. So now the play is like a little awkward. If we wanted to turn around the fight, I thought that maybe getting a big Belveth knockup into the ult, into my burst, could have potentially done something, but it was just no way. I felt like that was my only angle. Maybe there I should have just ran. And now, the game's a lot harder, right? They're actually winning. It's 40-34. We're the strong one. And now it's pretty hard. We have 4th drag coming up, so we could get that as soon as we spawn. I'm gonna try to pressure that. With still 2 of their nibs down, we still have this pressure like coming into their base. So we're gonna use that to sort of create space for us. Dragon's up in 27. I'm up in like 13 seconds. We're all just gonna run there and see. But I believe that they're able to just position themselves here like a lot sooner to Dragon, so I don't think we get it. It is what it is. Now, if you look at the scoreboard here, Aphelios is 4-14, Belveth is 10-7, I'm 15-6, Nasus is 4-3. We're a lot of the team's damage just based off the fact that Aphelios is really weak. It's still like somewhat like into the late game now, but Aphelios is still weak. And so we have to play pretty carefully. We got to make sure that we're the ones carrying the fights. Like, it's on us because we have all the kills. We have the gold. So we got to make sure that we play safe, somewhat safe. We can try to take risks, but right now there's no need to take any risks or make any risky plays. We could still try to just play for the team fight or try to make a pick, right? So here I have TP. Nasus is going in. And I'm like, okay. Vladimir pulls here. I see the opportunity to TP. I'm just gonna flash onto the Vlad. Guarantee he's dead. Then Q, E, W, E. Sonya's the Darius pull. And we should be able to... Okay, we don't pick up anything else. But that was big. Velvet is actually pushing mid, and she actually makes a pretty big play. Kills the Kaisa, which is huge part of their team right now. So now, this gives us an opportunity to actually just take both their nibs. And this might even be game. But the thing is, they have Baroned up minions, so the only way to get through to their base, if they have Baroned up minions, is by killing them, right? So here, I place W, boom. Darius goes in for a hook, and we're gonna punish that, right? Kill the Milio, we go back. And it looks like it's GG from here. Garner's super tanky. Even with all the pen that we have, we still don't do fucking damage to him. Because he has Chemtech. He has an extra Negatron. And we end up winning the game. Just off that. So it was a pretty rough game. But, you know, early game, I hope you guys learned from the early game. Sort of like what I think about in the mid to late game. This was off my stream, by the way. So if you want to see like me play games on stream, check out my Twitch. And let's see what MMR we are in. Or what's our LP now? I think it should be around like Masters 150, maybe? Maybe even more? 187. I believe our damage was pretty good too. Oh, we kind of just had to carry that game, right? So, yeah. Hope you guys learned from that. Let me know what your thoughts down below. And I'll be making more of these. And just going over whatever I can. And it should keep you up to date with like how Katarina's being played. You know? At least the way I play it. Because, you know, I do follow a lot of trends. Tank cap builds, teleport, like I will try all these things. I will try the new items like Kraken. So if you enjoy these, then let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time.